Hi friends, Simit here from InformedTrades.com. Today is Thursday, March 13th, 2014. Time for our daily Forex chart review. Basically, in these videos, I conduct daily starting at around 8:15 a.m. New York time, which I think is 1:15 GMT, although in the US we recently moved our clocks forward an hour. So I don't know how that, maybe I think it's 1:15 GMT, something like that. 8:15 New York. Anyway, I review the daily charts of 20-some Forex pairs, share the trades I'm placing, my analyses of the charts, all to help us learn. I'm a price action swing trader, so I'm looking at these analyses are through that lens. Of course, we have a whole bunch of other information on InformedTrades.com, a lot of information on, if the terminology I'm using is unfamiliar to you, definitely a lot of information on Informed Trades to help you learn on other styles of trading as well, other markets. Check it out, register as a member, share your knowledge, and we can all learn together. Okay, big news in the Forex market yesterday is the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, Central Bank of New Zealand basically, raised their overnight interest rates by 0.25%. That sent the Kiwi much higher. You can see that here. That was not good. My positions, I had a number of trades on that were going so well until that happened. But now I didn't have this, even though this was a trade I had been considering, and I'm glad I didn't put it on because it would have gone right through my stop. But based on these candles, I'm sure there are a number of traders that got caught short here. This looks like a really nice short setup in some respects. I didn't want to do it because I still thought the trend was upwards, and I just didn't feel comfortable shorting with this setup. I didn't think it was sufficiently bearish. Anyway, so that's Kiwi dollar. Now I do have 4 positions on at the moment, and I was hoping that I could move them to break even, although that's not looking so likely now. Okay, let's look at first position I want to take a look at is Euro Kiwi, which was doing really well, and then it got affected by this rate cut. Then the rate cut happened. Okay, still now from a purely price action perspective, it's still not so bad. And what I find really encouraging is that we see a little bit of a wick here. Let's look at it on a 4-hour chart. Okay, so on the 4-hour chart, we can really see the support level still being respected. 1, 2 long wicks here. And the position is very slightly in the money now for me because this is where I entered. So it's not, if we go back to the daily chart here, it's not the most encouraging price action to see this. We definitely have a bit of a downtrend here. In fact, I'm just going to, let's add another trend line. And let's change the color on this one. Make it a little thinner. Make it, I don't know, running out of colors here. Let's try purple, this shade. There we go. That's something. Okay, so we clearly have that downtrend there. Pretty sharp downtrend, but it looks like we're having a pattern of lower highs here, so I'm going to keep the position on it still at the moment. My stop is still where it is, 61, 64. So let's see how this fares. That's Euro Kiwi. Another position I have on at the moment is Canada Yen. Okay, just a moment while that loads. Okay. My Canada Yen position is currently in the money. I got long, put the order here, it got filled. So now we're just waiting. And this is a long-term position, so I really wanted to close. I wanted to rally. First, my stop is really far away, but I also wanted to rally about 160 pips before I move my stop to break even. So that's Canada Yen. So far, so good on that, or so far not so bad, I should say. um, all my positions are not at break even yet, so I'm really still at full risk exposure. And I don't know where. Oh, maybe this one. Okay, I might be able to move Aussie Swiss to break even. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, now the criteria for moving to break even. So just to clarify, when I mean move to break even, I entered at this black line here. Um, I entered this black line here. My stop is currently at this red line here. I entered short. Now, price did in fact close below this orange line here, this dashed orange line, which is a minor resistance level. Because price closed below that other resistance level, its minor resistance level, yesterday, closed below, not just broke below, but closed below, I'm going to move my stop to break even. So I'll move my stop down to here. Now that means if price has rallied a little bit overnight. Now if price continues to rally, that means my stop gets hit. That means I will not lose any money. Of course, I won't gain any money, but I won't lose any money either. So that's nice. I will move my stop to 79.67. Doing that right now. Okay. Okay, and the other that's my best position going on at the moment, Aussie Swiss, the one that's most in the money. Now I have an Aussie dollar position. All of my trades are currently in the money except this one that we're about to see, Aussie dollar. Let's see how that looks. Okay, this is not too encouraging from a daily because we have a morning star pattern off the 50 simple moving average. Let's see what it looks like on the 4-hour chart. Okay. Well, maybe we are now. Here's something to think about. So maybe this is a resistance level, a minor resistance level that is about to be, make this gray. Let's zoom out a little bit too. Okay, so maybe the market is getting ready to reverse. I won't be, we have a shooting star candle, I think, or this is some type of reversal candlestick pattern. Um, so that's a bit encouraging on the 4-hour chart. On the daily chart, it's not looking good. But my stop is still up here, and this is my entry point. So I'll keep things as is for now. But that's sort of where I'm at with my existing positions. So because I have 4 open positions, one of them I just moved to break even, which gives me room for one more trade. So that's why I like to review my trades that I have on at the moment before looking at new charts or trades that I don't have on at the moment, because it tells me how much risk tolerance I have to add positions. I don't want to risk more than 1% of my account balance at any given time, meaning if all my stops are hit, I don't want my account balance to decline by more than 1%. And I generally risk 1/4% on each trade. So that means we do the math on that, we see I can have 4 trades on, assuming my stop isn't at break even. Now I have 1 trade on where I'm adjusting my stop to break even. So now I can have 5 trades on, and if they all get hit, then I'll lose my account balance. My account balance will fall by 1%. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I know I've mentioned that a whole bunch of times, but I feel like that's a really important concept. And I'm not saying this is the best risk management strategy. It's worked for me. I'm really comfortable with it. You may prefer something else. Excuse me for just 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Just had to step away briefly for a second. Okay, now Euro Australian dollar. This is very similar to Aussie Swiss. So there could be an opportunity to buy here, just like there is at on Aussie Swiss to short at this level with the inversion. So I already have this trade on Aussie Swiss. I'm not looking for additional exposure. And then, like I mentioned before, I can put on another short Australian dollar trade. I'm not sure if I want to at this point in light of the overall. But of course, that's always the way it is. It's always hardest to, and that's where technical analysis really helps. Um, Emotionally, it's hardest to buy. It's hardest to buy when price is the lowest. That's the grand messed up part of trading. Of course, buying when price is low is the best time to do so, but psychologically, it tends to be the hardest. Um, so. Anyway, Euro Australian dollar. Short story on that is I have exposure to buy Aussie Swiss. Basically, the same. Euro and Swiss are very highly correlated, so they're the same trade at this point. Um, Almost same trade. Euro Canada. I'll just go with whatever one's more technically I'm comfortable with. Euro Canada. In an uptrend here, just waiting for a pullback. This is a great uptrend. Same story in Euro Canada, day in, day out, it seems like. But someday that pullback that we're looking for will come, and when it does, I will be looking forward to trading it. Euro Swiss. Ooh. Now I think my entry order was canceled because I didn't have risk tolerance. Oh, man. Okay. Let me actually Euro Swiss. Well, that's fine. My entry order should have gotten canceled. Um, but we will go long Euro Swiss, and that trade is still valid in my opinion. If anything, it's more valid now. Um, let's see if we get that pullback though. I might need to move my entry up a little bit. Yeah, let's look at the 4-hour chart, and I think it would be better to move the entry up to here. There we go, 121.42. Let's look at it from a daily chart perspective. Put my stop at, can we move it up a little bit? 2084. See what it looks like at the weekly level. Indecipherable, basically. Daily. I think I moved my stop even 2090, really. Okay, so this trade will be, here's the trade basically. Euro Swiss. Um, Time to go long Euro Swiss. We'll come back to that. I'll actually place the trade at the end. Let's just continue reviewing the charts. Or I might place the trade. We'll see. I only really have room for one more trade, so. Euro pound. Okay, this is something else I've been looking at. Now we get the reversal candlestick off the 200 exponential moving average. So this is also interesting. On one hand, I'm going long Euro Swiss, but short Euro pound. That's not too much of a problem, actually, though. Okay, short Euro pound. That's something to consider here as well. Let's see. Let's see what the euro looks like in general and against other currencies. Euro yen. Want to go long here, so still waiting for that pullback on euro yen. I don't know if it's going to happen, but 138.93 basically, 95 maybe, something like that. That's euro yen, euro kiwi. We looked at euro dollar soaring. Okay, that's actually interesting because now it makes me a little reluctant to put on a short euro Kiwi or Euro pound position. I think my bias will be to short or go long Euro Swiss. Okay. Pound Aussie. That's still waiting for the pullback on that. We do have a pattern of lower highs forming, so that also is something to consider. I still would be interested in, let me just draw that here. Up. I still would be interested in that. Pound Aussie, pound Canada. Yeah, this is looks like could be getting ready to short. Canada could be getting ready to rally, but I'm trading that via Canada yen, and this still looks like it's going to run into the classic problem with counter trend trading. I mentioned this before is not enough. It's hard to get a big reward risk in my opinion, because you're going to run into support pretty quickly. Pound Aussie, just real quickly going back to that. Yeah, so we do have this lower highs. If price can still fall to 81.43, I'd still be interested in buying though, or at least reevaluating the opportunity. Until then, though, nothing. Pound Swiss. Okay, we did have. Let me actually draw another horizontal line that would go here. Let's get back to normal line format. This here, let's make it black. Okay. Yeah, if it can evolve to 44.20, or maybe if it can get to this back into the price channel, and right around here, that could also be interesting. But nothing really at this time on pound Swiss. Pound yen. Okay, well, that's short trade. I shorted pound yen right around here, then I hit my stop here. If I'd shorted where my stop is, it'd actually be working out well. But I mentioned this before. With the yen, I'm focusing on going long the yen pair. So when I see a good opportunity, if price can fall back to down here, that could be an interesting long opportunity. I'll stay away from the pound yen until a long setup emerges. Just to return to pound Swiss briefly for a moment. Like I mentioned, if we get above the price channel here, right around here could be a good buying point. Or if we can fall down here, it could be a good buying point. I don't really see a short opportunity. We're at the bottom of this channel here. We're at some support levels. Price has been declining, so I'm trying to get a reversal here. Maybe I don't see the short opportunity. Maybe if we rally to some level in a clear pattern of lower highs. We do have a little bit of pattern of lower highs, but a better one emerges. Let's see if it can rally and how that shapes up. But right now, nothing on pound Swiss. Just wanted to clarify that. Pound Kiwi. This is encouraging for my long Euro Kiwi trade, because we're at a support level and price is bouncing off it. Same thing we're seeing on Euro Kiwi. So I'm glad to see the support levels being respected, at least for now. We'll see if that continues. I don't want to add to this, and that's where I've got a bunch of exposure to some of these ideas. Diversification is also very important. So, especially when these trades aren't. It'd be one thing if these trades were so in the money I was looking at pyramid, but that's not the case. These trades aren't really in the money yet. I've only moved my stop to break even on one pair. So I don't want to to take too much risk on the same ideas, especially with that. I have one more risk unit left, basically one more trade where I can risk 0.25% of my account balance. I don't want to risk it on something where I already have the same trade expressed or same idea expressed somewhere else. Pound dollar Morningstar pattern off this support level. That's pretty interesting. And I talked about going long pound dollar yesterday. Let's take a look at this on the 4-hour chart, because there might still be a good long setup here. Okay, price actually I would not have gotten filled. Um, Possibly we can go long at 66.07. Let's go back to the daily. Yeah, I mean, not. No, it's just not. If we can fall at 66.55, I have to hold my ground on that level, um, or at least the low. I mean, at least if we can move this, at least like there, 66, 65.80. All right, maybe we'll go long pound dollar. Probably not, but maybe long. Maybe long pound dollar at 65.80. Um, there's definitely some confluence going on around here. It does seem like, and this is one of the disadvantages of the daily chart that I'm starting to see. It seems like a lot of people can see the pattern form of the daily chart, so they're jumping the gun. You're not always going to get those fills. I had much better fills, easier to get the fills I want on the 4-hour chart. So that is one difference I'm noticing in trading the daily chart. But it's what fits best in my time frame. So the 4-hour chart was just, I didn't, I really want to be able to look at charts every 4 hours, and sometimes I can with my lifestyle. Other times though I cannot, and I just need something consistent. Dollar Canada, especially I'm sure like many of you, you got other stuff to do. You got social obligations, family obligations, things like that. Dollar Canada. This looks like it's a counter trend trade. Short of this, but here's the classic example. We talked about this before. It's just not good enough reward risk. I couldn't justifiably go. Like, the market's going to run to support at least here, right? We have 50% Fibonacci confluence. We've got this support level here. The reward risk just isn't good enough. If you're willing to accept lower reward risk and are interested in counter trend trading, that might be a setup worth taking. Not for me though. Dollar Swiss. Yeah, that's declining. So dollar is losing value, and we are starting to see food inflation in the U.S. I think I'm definitely seeing it. And there's been an article about this recently on Business Insider. We featured on InformedTrades.com. So that's something to consider. Let's see if the downtrend in the dollar continues. Long-term downtrend in the U.S. dollar is definitely down. Long-term trend in the U.S. dollar is down. Dollar yen. Still regretting. I mentioned this before. I observed the chart. I wanted to go long right here. I just didn't get a chance to put the order on. Got interrupted. Stuff got in the way. Unfortunately, would have been a good trade. Anyway, that's dollar yen. Nothing at this point. Maybe if it pulls back to this level, I'll do it. Dollar Singapore. We're probably still away from our entry point, but let's take a look. Yeah. If we can follow 25.75, until then, nothing. We're getting closer. Had a couple down days, but let's see. Yeah, this is still a bullish chart. It may turn bear. Let's see. Price is now below the 50. Price is below the 50 simple moving average, so you can make an argument to go. If we do want to go bearish, let's see what it looks like on the weekly chart. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. Okay. If we can, Well, I've had the wrong analysis, and I just realized this. Okay, if we can pull back to here, 27 basically, that could be an interesting level to short from. And I should have seen that. Well, I don't necessarily blame myself too much. I could have potentially have seen that over here, and would have got a nice trade set up. Yeah, I think I should have, but such is life. Messed up on dollar Singapore a fair bit, so that's not good. But live and learn. I think I'm seeing things a little more clearly now. If we can, there might be buying or selling opportunities here. I'm interested in shorting at 127 and buying at 25.80. So let's see if price can go to either one of those levels. And that does it for the dollar pairs. Let's go to Canada. Canada Swiss. Yeah, still in that downtrend. Just like Euro Canada need that pullback. Canada Yen. Okay. Canada Yen price is rallying. Oh yeah, I'm in this trade already. Got long here. Forgot I was in this trade. Yeah, that's we looked at that. So far so good, or at least no action to take. Just wait. That does it for the Canadian dollar pairs. Let's take a look at the Australian dollar, Aussie Canada. Okay. Now I wonder if this is a short opportunity. No, I still to me this still looks a little too bullish. We're at the bottom of the channel here. I'll stay away from Aussie Canada, and I'm also got a number of long Canada positions on at the moment. Well, that would actually favor going short. Hmm. Um, let's see what it's like on the weekly chart. So that's definitely a major. We are at a major resistance level, and price and the candlesticks are responding to that. I just need to see one more. I really want to see one more other sign of. Yeah, let's try this. Uh, yeah, we're in the. Okay, we've had a decent. See what it looks like on the 4-hour chart. Okay, price is clearly in a. Let's look at it from the. Yeah, I'm just not convinced that price is in that much of a downtrend here. That's the thing. Um, I'm gonna. There are some interesting. I see the case for shorting Aussie Canada. We are in a 50% Fibonacci. Um, in between the 50 and 61.8. This at a resistance level, we are seeing reversal candlesticks. Those are three important signs. However, in terms of the trend, to me the trend looks more bullish than bearish. Prices above the 50 simple moving average. We just crossed above the 200 exponential moving average. We have a pattern of lower highs in place. Excuse me, higher lows. I always got that confused. Pattern of higher lows in place. And we zoom out on the weekly chart. You could still say, oh, price is going down from here. So you might still be a believer in the downtrend. But if we look on the weekly chart, it looks more bullish to me, or it looks like it's really still an uptrend. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So I'm not seeing enough bearishness in the overall trend to really feel comfortable. And if that's the case, then how much of a downside target do we really have? Um, maybe the bottom of the channel is all there is. Maybe this channel is going to be respected. Um, so I will pass on Aussie Canada, although I definitely see the argument for shorting it, and I could not criticize someone who took that short. Aussie Swiss, we looked at Aussie Yen. In fact, InformedTrades member DREBG has that trade over on his blog. So if you are looking for a short Aussie Canada trade, check out his blog on InformedTrades. Aussie Yen. This could be an interesting short, but I don't want to short the. I'm committed to my long yen pair trade, so I only want to look for long Aussie yen opportunities. It does look like it could be an interesting short based on this here, potentially. Aussie Swiss, we looked at Aussie yen, Aussie Kiwi. Yeah, still need more of a pullback. Great downtrend here. If we can get a pullback to 107.50, and we see definitely on the like Kiwi rallied, considerably, so it's still going strong. What if we get that pullback? That'll be interesting. Now going to New Zealand dollar. We're probably not going to see anything here because that was a big move overnight. So we can get an idea of what type of pullback we might be able to expect from Kiwi. Okay, nothing on Kiwi Canada. Kiwi Swiss going to be similar to Euro Kiwi. At the 200 exponential moving average. Nothing here. I have the exposure via Euro Kiwi, which is losing, so I don't want to add to that at the moment. Kiwi Yen rallying. Still want to go long Yen pairs, so if we can pull back, that'll be interesting. Otherwise, I'll pass. Or pass until we do get a pullback. And Kiwi dollar, that's just soaring. No real opportunity. Let me just take one more look back at Kiwi Swiss, Kiwi Canada. Okay, we got that. Yeah, that covers it. So basically, at this point, there were a couple of trades that we entered and I identified, and I think Euro Swiss is going to be the one I go with. Euro Swiss. Here's the setup. Long of this black line, stop at this red, target profit here. I'll have this trade marked on my blog on InformedTrades.com, so check it out. You can see the specifics, but you can see it on the chart right here. Long 21.42, stop at 20.89, and target profit 23.98. Range-bound trade here on Euro Swiss. Prices come back to support. Euro Pound. Yeah. I see the argument, but let's see. Let's give it a little more. I'm not entirely convinced just yet, and I'm kind of a little reluctant to short. Well, let's see. I only have. Let's see if Euro Swiss gets filled. I'd prefer to wait one more day on and pound dollar. Yeah, this is this is the worst of the setups that we looked at, so that disqualifies it. I don't have too much more risk tolerance, so I don't want to put on really more than. Will this get filled? I might put on both Euro Swiss and Euro Pound because I'm not sure Euro Swiss and Euro Pound will both get filled. I think that might be the safest. I'll put on this Euro Swiss order. Let's look at Euro Pound. Okay, price is still in a downtrend. We are at the 200 exponential moving average. Just making sure price is in a downtrend. Let's see what it looks like on a weekly chart. Hmm. Let's take a look back at the daily. Okay, we're near this resistance level. Price is at the 200 exponential moving average. No, that doesn't do anything for us. Let's see on the weekly chart. We do have a pattern of lower highs, so that's key. Um, okay, where would I put my stop if I did short? Oh, how's that happen? Hmm. Okay, I think I'm gonna wait a little bit on Euro Pound just because it's a little. I want to see a little more signs of bearishness. Now I may, especially I'd love to see an evening star pattern here. That may cause me to miss out on the opportunity altogether. But if we see like something like an evening star, which is the ideal thing I'm thinking about this moment, and right now we're above this black support level. Um, if price fell below it, I'd be willing to enter here and put my stop up there. Anyway, I will pass on euro pound at the moment. Pass on pound dollar as well. We'll look at euro Swiss basically. So that's the one trade I'll be placing today. Of course, I have my other trades on at the moment, which were going so well yesterday, and then the Reserve Bank of New Zealand raised their rates. Still not too bad, and my stops haven't been hit yet. So let's see. The paper gains have just been vanished quicker than they came. Okay. So yeah, here's a trade on Euro Swiss. I have it on my blog on Informed Trades. That's about it for today's session. Any questions you have, anything you want to add, check us out at InformedTrades.com. Register, join, share your knowledge, participate in our learning community. Best of luck in your trading, and we'll see you tomorrow.